welcome back to the channel, guys. I just want to take the time to thank every single one of you guys that helped donate for Sarah's funeral expenses. It was a big blessing for us, especially the parents of Sarah. I mean, they have a lot going on right now. So our goal was $1,500, which didn't cover the whole funeral expenses, but that's such a big help for them right now. And they didn't even ask us to do this because my brother would never do this, but I just wanted to make it easier on them. I know they were going through a lot, so me and Diana decided to do this for them and start a GoFundMe. And I was surprised with actually the people that donated. You know, a lot of people that I don't even know, and people that I do know, and they donated a big part of their money. I mean, big, like hundreds, you know. So it was a blessing for our family, like I said, especially them. We really didn't think that we were going to reach our goal, but we did, and we actually surpassed it by a little bit. And so I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys have done for my brother and his girl and Sarah. Yes, I'm not going to talk about her so much because it breaks my heart. But so yes, Sarah, she went to Vanderbilt on Wednesday of last week. By Saturday night, like around 10:55, she was gone. It was the hardest thing I've ever went through. Like, I saw the first two twins pass away, and it hurt me. It did. But Sarah, she was already 13 months, so we had a lot more memories together. We shared more time, and she was just the sweetest, most loving baby that I've ever met. You know, Sarah, she was just so sweet. Like, you would never know that she was going through so much, just because on the outside she looked perfectly fine, always smiling, always laughing, but on the inside only she knew what she was feeling. And that's something that, you know, broke our hearts, because when we would see her cry, we didn't know what was wrong with her. She can't talk. She could only cry, and you know, that was her way of expressing her emotions. She's gone now, but we know that now there's no more pain, no more suffering, and she's in heaven. And she reunited with her sisters, Madeline and Melanie. Now they're together, playing with each other. And we're over here crying and just heartbroken right now, because, you know, obviously it makes us feel, in a way, I don't want to necessarily say happy, but more like calm, to know that she's not suffering anymore and she's in a better place, a place that we may never even reach. You know, if we don't do the right things in life, you know, we may not even get to go there. So I'm a big believer that if you do, it's not just about doing right in life that'll make you reach heaven. Like, there's a lot more stuff to it, but I'm not going to go into detail because everybody has their own opinion, and you know, I'm not going to argue with nobody. You know, I have my own opinion. But as a baby, we know that their soul is in heaven. Like, they have no sins. They're so pure. So there's not a doubt in my mind that she's in heaven right now, just enjoying herself, laughing extremely loud like she always did, and taking care of the family, watching over us. As much as it hurts all of us to see her go, the life that she was going to live, if she were to survive that mitochondrial disease and make it for a couple years, let's say for example 10 years, maybe 20 years, which a lot of babies or infants or just people in general that have that disease, it's so, like I said, it's so rare. There's no cure for it, and there's so much complications that come along with that disease. It's not just, normally people think it's just the liver that gets affected, but it's the liver, the organs, the brain. The body doesn't have the energy it needs to do the things that you want to do on a daily basis. So it's very hard to watch them try to do things that they can't, not because they don't want to, but just because they don't have the energy to do it. It's just horrible. So God knows what He's doing. He has a plan for all of us. And right now we may not understand it, but maybe later on in life we will. Like I said, right now we're all hurt and we're not really thinking about the plan, what the plan was. Because right now we're just thinking, why did she have to leave? She was such a sweet baby, innocent. And you know, she made our house feel different, you know, it was full of happiness. And so now she leaves a big empty space in our hearts and in our house. But I know that there's not any words that I can tell my brother so he can feel better, just because it's not the first one. This is the third baby that he's lost. And it's been a matter of like 3 years and over the same illness. You know, you might think the first time is a coincidence, so you know, you don't think it's gonna happen again. But when it happens again and you have to go through the same thing, I mean, you know, me, as like talking about me, I don't know what I would have done with my life, because I get attached to people too quick, and I'm emotional. I don't know, man. I don't know what my life would have been if I was in his shoes. Like, his shoes are so heavy. I don't understand how he's still standing, but I know why. Just because God is helping him through this, even though it's going to take time, and it's going to take tears, and it's going to take everything that you can possibly imagine to get over this. And I don't think you will completely get over this, because there's no way. That's your child that you've lost. That's your blood. But over time, your heart heals a little bit, and you just sort of get it in your mind that they're gone and they're in a better place. You'll meet them one day in heaven. So this was by far the most painful experience I've lived through. Like, I wanted to tell my brother so much, express so many words to him, but the only thing I could do was just hug him and cry with him, share the pain that he's feeling, even though it's nowhere near, just because I'm not the father he is. But to me, and I've told this to many people, like, my brother, he's like my father. Like, I see him as my dad, just because when I was young, he was the person that was always there for my soccer games, for school activities. If I needed to go home because I was sick, he would go pick me up. If I needed, maybe, you know, I'm going to tell you something silly right now. Maybe my shirt would get dirty, or my pants. I would call him, hey, can you bring me a pair of pants to school? I got this dirty. There, and he would come to school and bring me whatever I needed. And he got my first phone, my first car. So the love that I have for him, I see him, and to me, he's more than a brother. He's a role model. And it's not fair what he goes through. Sorry. I don't wish this would happen on anybody, but I always think, why him? And I'll never understand it, why. But all I can do is try to help him make it through this, which is going to be hard, because it didn't just hit him really hard, it hit the whole family, just because Sarah was an amazing baby. She'll never be forgotten, no matter what. Like, I said I wasn't going to tattoo myself no more, but I probably will add her name to her sister's name right here, just because I don't want to leave her out. She was a big part of my family. She still is. And if you're watching me, you know who I'm talking to right now. whatever you decide to do with your life, what you want to do, what your future plans are, just don't forget that I still need you in my life. And I hope to have you by my side for as long as God wants. I just want to say, I love you, man. And you don't deserve none of this. You really don't. You're the best person I've ever met. And God will help you through this. And once again, to everybody that helped donate, it don't matter the amount of money you donated, it meant a lot to us. So thank you once again. Shout outs to all you guys out there, guys, girls that helped contribute to this cause. And may God bless all of you guys.